Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to the Project 1999 Everquest Classic server. We're here with Relinar in the tunnel still, trying to sell our wares. And in fact, we have sold some. We sold those 2.5 stacks of spider silk, and as you can see here, I sold 22 stacks of bone chips to this gentleman here, Nimble Swift, and another 3 stacks to this other gentleman here, Remez. So we have 1136 plat, and we have only our leather padding remaining, which I'm a bit surprised by that, but I know various armors have put the squeeze on cultural armor, the crafted armor, so I mean that's just the way it is. The market's going to change, and it's our responsibility to adapt with the market, right? So unfortunately, I've been having trouble getting the actual recordings to work, so here's the after effect. I did record all of these sales, but for some reason I just keep getting a blank screen, so I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that, but I'm going to spam a bit more. Hopefully we'll get lucky and offload this leather padding. And while we do that, we can just talk about sort of the short-term goals for this character. The first one is sort of more like a tip. Basically, you can replace all the backpacks in your bank with grimoires, which are the sort of crafting container for spells for the int casters. And those grimoires cost 10 plat each, but they also have 10 slots. So doing that is much cheaper than loading up your bank account with handmade backpacks, which are instead 60 plat. So a little savings there, but getting the 2 extra slots into your bank is pretty important. The other thing is replacing these backpacks, the 8-slot backpacks, with 10-slot backpacks, which I think I mentioned previously. I think I will get tailoring up to 90 to do that on this character, and we can add selling handmade backpacks, the 10-slot ones, to our list of things we can sell. And I've decided to pursue leveling blacksmithing as well. It's going to cost about 500 plat in maybe about 3 hours. But at the end of that, we'll have blacksmithing at 175 skill, and we'll be able to make and sell banded and forged javelins. So I think that could be a good investment. One other thing, I don't remember if I mentioned this yet because of previously mentioned black screens. I think I mentioned it in one of the blacked out screen videos, but there's a links guide on the wiki. And in that links guide, there's something called Ravager's Twink guide. And it's very handy for a new player because it pretty much tells you how to spend your first 1,000 plat as a new player for your specific class that you picked. So that's pretty handy. It'll just mention things like getting something for each slot, getting a weapon for each weapon skill that your character can do, things like that. It's basically really handy for new players. That's called Ravager's Twink Guide. Now, some of the things we're trying to do on the warrior is we really want to get to level 15, because at level 10 we just got parry. At level 13 we're going to get dual wield, meaning we can, if we had 2 whips, we could equip 2 whips in both hands instead of this sandal looking thing is actually a shield. And then at level 15 we get double attack, and that is pretty much the main skills we need for a warrior. At level 25 we'll get riposte, and level 35 disarm, but those are sort of lesser skills. We're pretty much peaking early as a warrior. We're getting all of our skills early. And let's see, at level 52 plus we'll start to get some very interesting disciplines. And the disciplines really are what makes warriors raid tanks as opposed to the other tank classes, the two knight classes, Shadow Knights and Paladins. There's a defensive discipline that just, you know, shuts down all the offense for your target for, I think, a solid 3 minutes. So we'll look forward to those, but in the meantime, we'll just focus on getting to level 15. I think that's all I really want to do for this warrior. And I guess I will update you folks on that. I'm sorry if I'm mumbling, I am a little sick, so apologies for that. But it looks like we're going to be striking out on the sale of leather padding today. So, let's see, we want to stock up on zombie skins and sell a stack of that. These were all of our bone chips, so we want to go ahead and restock on those. And we're probably done with spider silks, but to make more leather padding, we're always going to need spiderling silks, so we'll probably get more of those. And next time, I'll probably have the blacksmithing completed to skill 175, and I'll just give a little tutorial on how to do that. There is a good guide on the wiki, but it's a little different depending on which race you picked. So, in our case, not all things in the tutorial on the wiki will be available to us as a dark elf living in Neriak. So I will go over how to get around that for next time. And hopefully we'll level up to 15 next time as well. We might as well get that out of the way. In the meantime, I'm going to try to sell this leather padding. And until next time, safe travels.